Hey, yesterday I talked about critic and creator. And as Gina Pera said, it's much easier said than done. Because most of us who create, if we want to write or if we have an artistic project or anything, an art installation, we're perfectionists. And the critic is closely aligned to perfectionism. So right now, I'm just going to give you a couple quick things you can do to further yourself along on this journey between critic and creator. So first of all, you got to discipline yourself. So when you, I'm a writer, so I'm going to use that as my artistic expression. So when you're writing, consciously tell yourself, put yourself into the creator space. And when you feel that critic intruding, there are a couple things you can do. Number one, you can get up and do what I do. Do some push-ups. Movement. I'm a kinesthetic learner. I learn by creating muscle memory, by creating movement. I learn in motion. So I do push-ups. I get on the trampoline. I take a walk around the block. I do something to interrupt that process. Now, I've done this thousands of times, and so I want to encourage all of you to do something to interrupt the process. You're going to have to do it a lot. You may have to do it 500 times before you start to develop the ability to set aside the critic during that time when you're in creator space. Another thing that you can do is you have the critic. Don't try to silence the critic. Don't try to get in a war with the critic. The critic is necessary. But one thing that you can do is you can put, let's say you're working on Microsoft Word like I do, use the review function so that when you have a criticism or you have an idea of what you need to change, put in a comment right on the document. And that way you're sort of honoring the critic, letting the critic out, you put your comment in, and then you go back to the creator space. This isn't the type of situation where I'm going to tell you to do A, B, and C, and then all of a sudden you're going to heal the situation. You're going to totally transform your life. It's only by repetition and by persistence. And so I'm going to keep doing a lot of videos on this topic because I think we all need support. We all need to be reminded of this, including me. And so keep tuning in because I'm going to keep talking about this very issue. And the next time, I'm going to talk about how our feelings of inadequacy, our toxic shame, negative ideas about ourselves that we have in our head, I'm going to talk about how these can negatively impact the creative process, but I'm going to also talk about how we can use these to our advantage because that's what I do.